Welcome to the Focal Point. Daniel Neihoff contacted me quite some time ago. It's probably close to a year ago. And he knew he was going to be coming through town and wanted to see if he could do a show for us here. I listened to him. He's incredible on the guitar, got a great voice, and I think he's going to do us a pretty decent show tonight. So if you would put your hands together and bring up Daniel Neihoff.
All right. Well, I'm going to jump right in with the angriest song I have. I like to start from a 10 and work my way down. And I'm not a very angry person. Even saying I'm going to start with an angry song, I can't do it without smiling. So I got to borrow anger from other folks. So this song is about the coal miners out in eastern Kentucky. It's called Appalachian Cry. Sold my soul to the company store before I found out what I was working for. 'Cause what they paid me wasn't worth a dime. Just staying alive feels like hard time. I guess they thought it wouldn't do much harm if a few mountain folks lost their farms. So they packed up and left us high and dry. Even the mountain had tears in its eyes. And that's how the Smoky Mountains got their name. Haze has been hanging around here for an age. So when you see that misty top, you'll know why. It's what you'll see and as the Appalachians cry. Turn our mountain into mud, tears and sweat and miners' blood. They worked that mountain till it died, poisoned our land with all their lies. When they found a cheaper way, they blew that mountain top away. Smoke rose up from the blast. That's how the Smoky Mountains got their name. But haze has been hanging around here for an age. So when you see that misty top, you'll know why. It's what you'll see and as the Appalachians cry. Union finally made a plan to beat that company gun in hand. We make those bastards understand. The smoke from that day stained our land. And that's how the Smoky Mountains got their name. And haze has been hanging around here for an age. So when you see that misty top, you'll know why. Thank you very much, y'all. Feels good to get that one out, you know. It's all sad, silly, and sappy from here, so. So I love writing songs about history. You know, I think you don't learn more about the future than you do by looking back. And so that first song there, you know, got to take a little look back at Eastern Kentucky. And this next song here, you get to take a look back of our country as a whole. There's a song called Civil War Letters. It's about two brothers writing home. Well, he penned a letter back in 1862 when battle lines cut through the north and south. It said, "Dear mother, I'm dreaming of the day that I get to make my way back to that house. You know I miss you, and I miss Father too, but there's somebody else I can't leave out. So if you talk to brother, tell him that I love him, although I think he chose the wrong side. But I won't hold that against him. I hope God is with him, and I pray we both make it home alive." And miles away, there was another soldier like him, but in a different color uniform. By lantern light, he wrote his own letter on a tiny piece of paper slightly torn. It said, "Dear Father, do you recall the time that I didn't have to fight in this damned war? And if you talk to brother, tell him that I love him, although I think he chose the wrong side. But I won't hold that against him. I hope God is with him, and I pray we both make it home alive." And it don't matter who they're fighting for, they're just praying that they both survive this war. If they make it home, there won't be battle lines. They'll greet each other, arms open wide. And that's why they write. If you talk to brother, tell him that I love him, although I think he chose the wrong side. But I won't hold that against him. I hope God is with him, and I pray we both make it home alive. And they're both praying that they make it home alive. Thank you very much, y'all. Right. So I love storytelling, and I've learned one of the most important parts of telling a good story is what you leave out, you know. It's the part that, you know, makes somebody want to know more. You know, we got like a good example of that. We got any Dolly Parton fans in the room? Yeah? Don't get too excited. I'm not going to play any. But I love Dolly. I love Dolly so much, and she's great at telling stories. And one of my favorite stories of hers is Jolene, you know. And you get through that song, she pleads with this woman for 3 minutes, and you just sit at the end and you're like, well, did she steal Dolly's man or not? You know? Like, she kind of leaves you with a cliffhanger there. You know, either she stole Dolly's man or she's buried in Dolly's basement. I'm not sure. But if I had to guess, it'd probably be the latter. But I love those songs like that, the ones that make you want more. And so this is a little tribute to some of those songs. It's called More to the Song. I want to meet Jolene, look in those emerald eyes, ask if she let dear Dolly be, or if she stole that guy. I want to meet that gambler that taught Kenny how to lie, ask him what he's running from and why. 'Cause those stories made us all sing along, but there's more to the song. Everybody's heard them on the radio. It always made me wonder if there's more to know. Those stories can't be over, they're just waiting to be told. Is it up to me to see where they go? I wanna meet that fiddle player Johnny, who beat the devil at his game. Find out if he lived in infamy or if he lived in fame. Meet that desperado and see if he made a home, or is he still out riding fences, doomed to be alone? 'Cause those stories made us all sing along, but there's more to the song. Everybody's heard them on the radio. It always made me wonder if there's more to know. 'Cause those stories can't be over, they're just waiting to be told. Is it up to me to see where they go? Oh, it feels like those words are set in stone, but I can't leave those stories alone. Feels like I'm digging for bones to find more to the songs, ones everybody's heard on the radio. Always made me wonder if there's more to know, 'cause those stories can't be over, they're just waiting to be told. Is it up to me? Oh, I think it's up to me. I'll take it up on me to tell where they go. Thank you. So I mentioned I love telling stories, but I also love hearing stories. And I was sitting inside this lady's dining room, and there was a painting up on the wall of a boat. And I loved it. I just thought it was a beautiful painting. And so I just simply said, I really like your painting. And then she said, well, I got that from so-and-so back in such and such, and I got it in there because it was in the hallway. When it was in the hallway, nobody ever saw it. Nobody ever commented on it, but I put it inside there. Now every single time I have people over for dinner, they see it. They're like, oh, that's a beautiful painting. Oh, my God, I never got that in the hallway. But now, I see it every single time I eat dinner. It's just a beautiful thing. I just love it so much. It makes me think of him. And I was just like, this woman's not going to take another breath. I just sat there and I soaked it all in, and, I loved it. Because nobody gets that excited about something unless it really means something to them. And so after she got done telling me the life's history of this painting and why it meant so much to her, I said, I bet you got a story like that for everything in this house, don't you? And her being a little bit of an older lady, she said, you know, when you get to be my age, you don't get to make as many new memories. And so everything in this house is a memory that I get to keep. And every time I see it, I go back to that place. And it got me thinking about my dad and all this stuff in his house that I used to call junk. And it got me wishing that I spent a little more time figuring out the stories instead of telling them to throw it out. So this is a song called I See Memories. I never understood why my father crammed so much stuff in that house. It got to be so full, it was hard to even move around. But my question was answered when I said, Dad, let's get rid of this junk. And he said, son, you don't realize what you're giving up. 'Cause you seem baseball glove, but I see your father's love. You see a rocking chair, but I see your granddad sitting there. See a great toolbox that weighs a ton. But I see my favorite moments working with your son. You may see some things that I don't need, but I see memories. Every item had a story. As he walked me through our past, I realized what my father really had was a time machine in disguise. So I went on a journey back in time with my old man. And when I picked up that gold ring, he said, you're holding history in your hands. 'Cause you see a wedding band, but I see a bride on the beach in the sand. You see a white lace dress, but I see her looking her best. You see him beat up old guitar, but I see the tool I used to win your mama's heart. And you may see some things that I don't need, but I see memories. Then he put a leather book in my hands, said it's the most important thing you'll ever read. 'Cause every time I thought that I was holding it, it was holding me. 'Cause you see words on a page, but I see my saving grace. You see a golden cross, but I see my God when I was lost. You see a Bible about to come apart, but I see the light when things got dark. Right now you may see something that you don't need, but someday you'll look back and sound like me. Saying I see memories. Thank you very much, y'all. So I love playing these songs for my dad, too. You know, I grew up youngest of 6 kids. My dad would come home every day, and he'd pick up a guitar, and I swear he'd write a new song just about every single day. And while he was sitting there picking on that guitar, all 6 of us would be running around. We'd be trying to get his attention. Dad, look at this. Hey, Dad, you know. And he was able to tune out everybody. And I was like, I want to be able to do that. But, you know, like I said, I play all these songs for him. I've written about 450 songs. I'm sure he's getting tired of hearing them. But he usually, you know, he'll give me some notes. He'll tell me which of them are his favorites. And you would think, you know, that song, since I mentioned him, and it's a very sentimental song, you would think that would be his favorite. But believe it or not, this next song is actually his favorite song of mine. It's called Didn't Know I Was Drunk. And so he's got a different measuring stick than me, but, you know, it's all right. I'm sure nobody else in here has ever experienced this, but there's been times whenever I've been hanging out with friends, and, you know, we're sitting around a fire or sitting around the living room, and we're drinking a few beers or a couple glasses of bourbon, and I think we're having a really good time all the way up to the point where I try to stand up. And then I realize, oh, we're not having a really good time. We're having a great time. So that loosely inspired this song right here. She told me she was gonna leave if I didn't stop giving him lip. Left and right collided that night, beer and politics don't mix. I was having fun, told him he was dumb, I couldn't stop running my mouth. He told me get on my feet, and that's when it all went south. I didn't know I was drunk until I stood up, didn't know he was mad until I got punched, didn't know she was gone until I couldn't find my truck. Oh, 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 didn't know I was drunk. Started walking home cause my ride was gone, but I didn't get very far when a car pulled up and a great big cop said, boy, were you at that bar? I told him, yes sir, I'm a messer and all my words are slurred. I know it's late and I can't walk straight, but it's all because of her. I didn't know I was drunk until I stood up, didn't know he was mad until I got punched, didn't know she was gone until I couldn't find my truck. Oh, 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 didn't know I was drunk. Well, I wouldn't be walking if I could have stopped talking. How my pride is all that I got left. Yeah, she took my truck, and after I throw up, I'd like to report a theft. I didn't know I was drunk until I stood up, didn't know he was mad until I got punched, didn't know she was gone until I couldn't find my truck. Oh, 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 oh. I didn't know I was drunk. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I like to make sure I keep everything balanced out. And so that's a song about doing the wrong thing. So this song is called The Right Thing. So it's inspired whenever I was in traffic. I was living in Nashville at the time. And, you know, saw this car just weaving in and out, cutting people off, almost running people off the road. And I thought to myself, you know, that car knows it shouldn't be driving like that. You know, that should be a good enough reason not to do it. If you know what's right and you know what's wrong, then that's a good enough reason to do what's right. Like, I knew that, you know, I wanted to kill that guy, but I didn't. So I did my part. I think he should have done his. I'm not mad about it still. I'm working through some things. But this song will hopefully help me work through some things, and maybe it can help y'all too. But this is called The Right Thing. If you find a wallet, bring it back with everything inside. If your buddies had too many, say slide over, I'll drive. And if a family's short on groceries, help them pay the tab. Someone stranded on the highway, help them get some gas. Go the extra mile, spend the extra time. Don't let the chance to love somebody ever pass you by. It ain't always easy, but love them anyway, even if it don't come back to you. Do the right thing, it's the right thing to do. If you see an old man standing, offer him your seat. And if your brother does you wrong, turn the other cheek. If your heart's already taken, don't act like it's not. No, someone's waiting for you, so give them all you got. Go the extra mile, spend the extra time. Don't let the chance to love somebody ever pass you by. It ain't always easy, but love them anyway, even if it don't come back to you. Do the right thing, it's the right thing to do. Choices we make could change your life, and they might change you. So go the extra mile, spend the extra time. Don't let the chance to love somebody ever pass you by. It ain't always easy, but love them anyway, even if it don't come back to you. And even if nobody's watching you, not because somebody told you to. Just do the right thing, 'cause it's the right thing to do. Thank you. Thank you very much, y'all. So after a song like that, it's a good time to mention that, I've got all my merch set up back there, and everything you buy from me goes toward my nonprofit. It's still a nonprofit. I'm trying to make it a profit. I just ain't got there yet. So if you want to pick up some shirts or CDs or whatever it is, my lovely wife will take your money, and I will probably never see it again, and that's the way it should be. So it's nice to have her with me. Y'all give my wife a hand, because she doesn't get to come with me very often, and so it's really nice to have her here. She deserves it, because she has to put up with me. You know, I have to. These are the good jokes that y'all are getting. So. I don't know the words to this song, apparently. Haven't done this song in a minute. I usually skip it, but y'all seem like good folks. So, figured y'all would be graceful. I don't know why there are those who think someone else must die so they can live. And I don't know why there are those who think it's better to receive than to give. Yeah, I know they have their reasons, but I don't want to see them, 'cause I don't want to make their reasons mine. Yeah, I don't know just enough to get me by. And I don't know why some lose hope when they're so close to the finish line. And I don't see why there's fighting and everybody has to choose a side. Yeah, I know they have their reasons, but I don't want to see them, 'cause I don't want to make their reasons mine. I don't know just enough to get me by. I know when I'm alone, the answer's always love. And I know when I feel lost, I call on God above. Oh, why would I waste time on the things that bring me pain when I can search for answers to take that pain away? Well, me, I have my reasons, and if you want to see them, maybe there's some answers you can find. Yeah, I don't know just enough to get me by. I know more than enough to live my life, but I don't know just enough to get me by. Thank you very much. It was between that one and a song called Richard about a guy named Chris. They're two very different songs. I might play that one for you later. As long as I haven't met everybody in here. Do we have any Richards or any Chris's? Oh, we're good. Yeah, all right. So we'll get that one later. So I mentioned my wife being here, and this is one of my wife's favorite songs. You know, I love playing this song whenever she's not around, because if it ever gets back to her, then I feel like I get some brownie points. But it's especially sweet whenever she is here, because she's heard all 450 of my songs, and she's listened to like 5 of them. And so, but now this is one of her absolute favorites. This is a song called "The Same Road," and whether this is your hometown or you've got another place that you call home, fighting flies. They're attracted to my skin because I'm so pale. I'm like a bug light. But everybody's got a place that, you know, they see it different than everybody else. They get to see all the ways that that place has changed, and the way that, you know, the roads have maybe gotten a little nicer, or maybe they've been deteriorating a little bit. But to them, whenever they drive down them, they see the same thing they always saw, and they see the history. And so one of the things I look forward to whenever I've got kids of my own is driving them down those roads that I used to drive down and getting the opportunity to take them back in time with me. Come on, son, let's go to town. I'll show you my old stomping grounds. It only takes a 10-mile drive to go 20 years back in time. It was a soda fountain at the old drugstore before Doc had to close the doors. It's where my high school used to be, but now it's just a memory. Yeah, I know that you can't see it, but when I sit here I still feel it. Well, street names are etched into my bones. That sewer cap was home plate, old Miss Johnson's driveway, third base, back before they tore down all the homes. If you didn't live it, you wouldn't know that it's the same road. The only thing still here's the park. We'd lie in the grass and watch the stars. But now the street lights burn too bright, and the buildings block the sky. Yeah, I know that you can't see it, but when I sit here I still feel it. Well, street names are etched into my bones. That sewer cap was home plate, old Miss Johnson's driveway, third base, back before they tore down all the homes. If you didn't live it, you wouldn't know that it's the same road. The scenery has changed, but that road is still the same. Yeah, I know that you can't see it, but when I sit here I still feel it. The street names are etched into my bones. That sewer cap was home plate, old Miss Johnson's driveway, third base, back before they tore down all the homes. If you didn't live it, you wouldn't know that it's the same road, but it's the same road. Thank you very much, y'all. I'm going to do 2 more songs and then take a short break here. And you can come find me in the back, introduce yourself, tell me who you are. If you tell me any stories, just know they might become songs. So it might become a song tonight. I tell people, you know, I do take requests, but it's for songs that haven't been written yet. So if you tell me a real good story, you know, or maybe an old saying your grandma used to say or something, then, you know, you might hear me sing it whenever I get back up here. So I say stuff like that sometimes, like stuff your grandma used to say. And I got a reputation whenever I was living in Nashville where people said I was kind of an old timer. And, you know, I'm a little too young to really be an old timer. And so whenever they said that, I said, well, yeah, I'm one of the new ones. So, and you know, new old timer just rang right off the tongue so well that I was like, well, we got to write a song now. So this is new old timer. It's got a lot of me in it. I'm a new old timer, history rewinder, listening to legends embedded in vinyl and cassette tapes, singing story songs about times long past gone. Feels like I'm right there with them, living in the good old days. 'Cause these songs are time machines carried by melodies back to a place I wish I could be. Back to a golden age with heroes who paved the way for new old timers just like me. All the songs they sung won't be dead and gone. I'll keep them living on, 'cause I'm their disciple. All the words they wrote, every single note leads me to write the next verse in that Bible. 'Cause these songs are time machines carried by melodies back to a place I wish I could be. Back to a golden age with heroes who paved the way for new old timers just like me. Someday I'll be an old timer, and I hope my songs light a fire for new old timers to believe just like me that these songs are time machines carried by melodies back to a place I wish I could be. Back to a golden age with heroes who pave the way for new old timers just like me, for new old timers just like me. Thank you very much, y'all. So, the problem with being a new old timer in Nashville is they're not doing those songs anymore. I love writing stories. I love writing songs about pain and heartbreak and songs that tell a story of hope and redemption. And you know, that's not really what you hear on the radio, on country radio anymore. And I was not big on tailgates and drinking on the tailgate while the girls danced in front of you. That just wasn't my style. And the guys who do it, you know, more power to them. But I just couldn't. You know, I love telling those stories. And it didn't take long for me to realize that I got to Nashville about, 30, 40, 50 years too late. I was writing songs for my heroes. I was writing songs for Johnny Cash. I was writing songs for Waylon Jennings, the kind of songs that I think Hank Williams would have liked. And so I said I'd write songs for Ghost. And that's what I keep doing. And so this last one of this first set here is songs for Ghost. And there's a lot of me in this one too. write songs for Hank and Johnny. It's too bad I'll never hear them sing, but I'd rather write a song for someone dead and gone than write something I don't believe. So I'm writing songs for ghosts I'll never hear on the radio, just 'cause I was born in the wrong time. I keep writing what I feel, 'cause every ear that hears can't deny the truth written in the lines. And the songs that mean the most are the ones I wrote for ghosts. I still love writing songs about pain, about love lost in passing trains. But I don't know what for, no one wants that anymore. I guess I'm too stubborn to change. So I'll keep writing songs for ghosts I'll never hear on the radio, just 'cause I was born in the wrong time. I keep writing what I feel, 'cause every ear that hears can't deny the truth written in the lines. And the songs that mean the most are the ones I wrote for ghosts. But when I cross over to the other side, you think there's a chance I might get to hear one of the greats sing a song of mine? 'Cause I'm writing songs for ghosts I'll never hear on the radio, just 'cause I was born in the wrong time. But I'm writing what I feel, and every ear hears can't deny the truth written in these lines. And the songs that mean the most, the ones that I hold close, are the ones I wrote from Ghost. Right. Thank y'all very much. I appreciate it. Don't worry, I saved all the good ones for the second set. So y'all stick around and come see me at the merch table over there. I'd love to meet you guys. Thank you.
All right, that was a great first set. I'm looking forward to the fun set. The next one. Yeah. And I'm going to turn this back over to Daniel. Thanks.
don't know if y'all heard, but there's beer back there. So. Figured since he told everybody, I'd run back and grab one real quick. All right. Well, thank you guys for sticking around. One of my greatest fears of all time is that whenever I take a set break in the middle, I'm going to get back up on stage and everybody will be gone. Thank you for not making that fear a reality tonight. And as a show of my appreciation, this is a song about being thankful. And this came out of a time whenever I went to California, and I was playing just south of LA in Huntington Beach, and it just happened to be raining. And from what I understand, now I know, California never gets rain because it's a desert, you know. And so I got up on stage being ignorant and said, man, I've really enjoyed my time here in California. I just wish it would stop raining. And they were like, no! You know, and I realized real quick that was not the right thing to say. But I just kind of laughed, and I thought, you know, being from Kentucky, like, we get rain in buckets, and it comes down hard, it comes down heavy, and it comes down fast, you know. And I can't tell you how many times I sat in the house and I looked out the window up at the sky and I cursed the sky because it was raining. And it got me thinking about how many times somebody else may have been standing out inside of their barren field praying that God would give them rain. And, you know, it's a pretty sobering thought when you think about the thing that you're cursing somebody else could be praying for. So I try to be a little more thankful. This is a little reminder for myself. It's called Thankful for It All. I'm thankful for the rain when it finally breaks the drought, and I'm thankful for a break when it won't stop pouring down, and I'm thankful for the sun when I feel I'm losing ground. I'm thankful for the shade when I feel I'm going down. 'Cause I've cursed the sky enough to know it's useless, but I'm starting to realize what the truth is. All things have a season: winter, summer, spring, and fall. And I'm learning to be thankful for it all. And I'm thankful for my wins, because I've often failed. And I'm thankful for the good times, 'cause I've had my share of hell. I'm thankful for my pain, every single scar I felt, if it means that I might help somebody else. 'Cause I've cursed the sky enough to know it's useless, but I'm starting to realize what the truth is. All things have a season: winter, summer, spring, and fall. And I'm learning to be thankful for it all. And I've prayed so many times without an I've wondered if I did something wrong. But maybe God knows better than the asker, and He gave me what He did to make me strong. 'Cause I've cursed the sky enough to know it's useless, but I'm starting to realize what the truth is. All things have a season: winter, summer, spring, and fall. And I'm learning to be thankful for it all. I'm learning to be thankful for it all. Thank you very much. So in keeping with songs inspired about weather, like I said, I'm from Paducah, Kentucky, and some of y'all may have heard of Mayfield, Kentucky, because it made the news cycle a few years back now, I guess. And there were some tornadoes that ripped right through the gut of town. And that was about 20 minutes from our house, and 20 minutes is a little too close for comfort. And I knew there was a lot of despair, and I knew there was a lot of heartache through that. My own family, my aunts, they lost their apartment building. One of them completely destroyed. The other one, everything basically ruined. And I knew I wanted to find hope in the midst of that. Because the low-hanging fruit for songwriters sometimes is, how can I write this the saddest way possible? But I was talking to Steve out there about a conversation I had with my dad, where I showed him one of my angsty teenage year songs, and he said, "Daniel, that's great, but where's the hope? Because if you connect with somebody in their pain, but don't show them a way out, what have you really done for them?" So this was my attempt at finding hope in that. And as I watched the news, I saw somebody say, we wouldn't know how many homes were lost until we could count the foundations left behind. And that gave me a little bit of hope, because that storm couldn't take everything. So this is Foundations. In the war against the wind, there are no winners. Only some who had more luck than the rest. But when the storm rips through the city, it's easy to believe there's nothing left. But underneath all the wreckage, there's hope there to be found. 'Cause after all the dust clears, you find a strength that even nature can't tear down. Those foundations left behind give us hope of what's to come. 'Cause even though the loss is great, there's something to build on. No, we ain't starting back at zero. If we keep digging, then we'll find those foundations left behind. And although times get tough and I get weary, may lose track of where I've been, I hear my grandma in my memory. She reminds me of who I am. Yeah, those foundations left behind give us hope of what's to come. 'Cause even though the loss is great, there's something to build on. But we ain't starting back at zero. If we keep digging, then we'll find those foundations left behind. We built on generations past, stones and timbers never last. We stand on family, friends, and faith, 'cause love can't blow away. Yeah, those foundations left behind give us hope of what's to come. 'Cause even though the loss is great, there's something to build on. We ain't starting back at zero. If we keep digging, then we'll find those foundations left behind. Those foundations left behind. Thank you very much, y'all. Don't worry, this next set is not all deep, sad songs. So with that in mind, we got any Roger Miller fans? All right. Well, I was a Roger Miller fan before I even knew who Roger Miller is, and so or was. Some of y'all may be like, how can you be a fan of something if you don't know who they are? And I know that sounds weird, and so I'll explain. You know, it's 3 words: Disney, Robin Hood. You know, that was it. You know, if you've ever seen the old Disney Robin Hood with the fox and the bear, and you know, and they're like oodalali, oodalali, you know, that was all Roger Miller. He wrote that soundtrack, you know, and once you realize who Roger Miller is, it makes a lot of sense, because only he could come up with a word oodalali, and then it become a key thing inside of the entire movie. But I grew up whistling that song and singing that song to the point that it drove people nuts. But y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Well, the song from Robin Hood is Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest, laughing back and forth with the other has to say, reminiscing, isn't that having such a good time? Oodalala, what a day. Never everything, and there was danger in the water. They were drinking, they were going down. Never everything, and I was skimming sheriff and spots watching them gathering around. Woo! Robin Hood. You know, if you haven't heard it, go look it up. It's a great song. It's much better than what I just did. But well, you may have heard dang me, dang me. I ought to take a rope and hang me high from the highest tree. Woman, would you weave for me? Do, 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 do. You know? But I got to thinking about Roger Miller. And I was talking to some buddies of mine. And we thought, you know, if Roger Miller was around today and he walked inside of a recording studio or a record label and he said, I got this great idea for a song. And they said, what's it called? And he'd hit them with, Do Like a Do. I wonder what they'd say. Because he had some of the most fun and inventive songs you've ever heard. The kind of songs that you can't help but sing along even if you don't know the words. And if he was around today, then a lot of those record labels may say there's no room for Roger Miller, but I say there is. And that's what this song's all about, is a little tribute to one of my all-time favorites, Roger Miller. Well, these suits on Music Row would probably dang 'em. Today's corporate radio sure wouldn't play 'em. But his platinum vinyl records are still hanging. There's still folks like me that are gonna sing 'em. Singing oodalali, hard live long day. Chug a lug, cut a rug, don't ever chug away. Do what I do what I did, but it ain't do what I done. Drop a needle on it, it's still just as fun. If you ask me, I say it's killer diller. They say there's no room for Roger Miller. Snap beats, repeat, sounds just like the last one. like country music's trying to pull a fast one. If Roger was around, we'd look right past him. We'd sing those old songs that will outlast him. Singing oodle-lolly, all the livelong day. Chug a lug, cut a rug, but don't ever chug away. Do-waka-do, but it ain't do-waka-done. Drop a needle on it, it's still just as fun. If you ask me, I say it's killer diller. But they say there's no room for Roger Miller. So we got to this point in the song, y'all. We got stuck. We didn't know what we were gonna do. So we leaned on our great and intelligent leader, Roger Miller. And whenever he couldn't find the words, he just made up his own. So, skip beep beep bop dee la dee la dee 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 da doo. Skip bop a dee beep a dee ba da ba dee ba da ba hoo. Skip bop a dee ba da ba skip bop a dee ba da ba hoo. They're singing hoodle-lolly, all the live long day. Chug a lug, cut a rug, don't ever chug away. Do-waka-do, do-waka-do, but it ain't do-waka-done. Drop a needle on it, it's still just as fun. If you ask me, I say it's killer diller. But they say there's no room for Roger Miller. Yeah, they say there's no room for Roger Miller. But I say there's some room for Roger Miller. Trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. Well, I'm a man of means by no means, king of the road. There we go. All right. I heard some of y'all singing along with that out there, so we got some that know Roger Miller. If you don't know Roger Miller, you do now. So, well, I'm gonna sing a song about somebody I know you don't know, because I made him up. And so, I love telling stories. And you know, sometimes you gotta change the name to protect the innocent. And so I was in the car one day. And I was thinking to myself, you know, I was itching for a story. And if I couldn't find one, I was going to make one myself. And so I pulled from a few different folks I know and a few different stories that really hit me. And I've created this character named Fred Rowe. And you may not know Fred, but I got a feeling you know somebody like him. One of those unassuming folks that most people just look right past, but if they really knew, then they'd give them a second look and give them the respect they deserve. Well, that's what I learned from Fred whenever I put these characters together and chose that name. I learned a lot more than I thought I would. Fred Rowe smokes a pack a week, doesn't like to cook, but he's gotta eat. So he gets his TV dinners from the H-E-B, goes home to live nobody's dream. Fred Rowe doesn't have to try to figure out what's going on tomorrow night. He traded his ambition for a simple life. Now he's just living till it's time to die. Perfect picture of what's right and what's wrong, what's weak and what's strong, what's giving up and carrying on. There's a lesson to be learned from every life. If you look close enough, you'll find not everything is so black and white. There's so much we don't know, and that's the lesson that I learned from Fred Rowe. Fred Rose barely getting by, lead inside his chest, pain behind his eyes. Wakes up drenched in sweat on a winter night, feeling guilty just because he made it out alive. Cause Fred Rose got a purple heart in the back of his closet with a silver star, but he won't tell you what he got it for. He'll just tell you that he's done with war. A perfect picture of what's right and what's wrong, what's weak and what's strong, what's giving up and carrying on. There's a lesson to be learned from every life. If you look close enough, you'll find not everything is so black and white. There's so much we don't know, and that's the lesson that I learned from Fred Rowe. Oh, some say he's a hero, and some say he's a bum, but if you ask Fred, then they're all wrong. Fred Rose smokes a pack a week, doesn't like to cook, but he's gotta eat, so he gets his TV dinners from the H-E-B. But there's so much that we don't see. Thank you. I'm gonna do another one of my wife's favorite songs. And she loves, there's a few songs she really, really loves, and this is probably one of her top 3, and it's one of my breakup songs, and I'm going to pretend like that doesn't bother me. You guys pretend with me. Hope she's not trying to tell me something. But this is a song called Always Gonna Wonder, and tells a little story of loss. Was it 'cause I couldn't change? Was it all those little things, like not showing up on time? Did you think I didn't care just 'cause I wasn't there? 'Cause baby, that's a lie. I wish I could take back all the pain I caused, but I don't understand where I went wrong. I'm always gonna wonder if I could have made you stay. I'm gonna wonder how you walked away. I'm gonna wonder if we'd be now, if we have worked it out, 'cause now it's over. I'm always gonna wonder. Did you not get the flowers or see all the hours that I work to provide? You may not have noticed my love, but I showed it. I swear to God I tried. I wish I could take back all the pain I caused, but I don't understand where I went wrong. I'm always gonna wonder if I could have made you stay. I'm gonna wonder why you walked away. I'm gonna wonder if we'd be now, if we have worked it out, 'cause now it's over. And I'm always gonna wonder. Thank you. Thank you. We pitched that song to Luke Combs, and it was right after he got married. So he did not take it. And that's why I still got Scotch tape on my guitar. Off-brand at that. But speaking of being poor, we got any people who love PBS in here? Yeah? Got some PBS kids? Yeah, I grew up poor, so we had 5 channels, and 2 of them were PBS. And that was only when my brother was outside holding the antenna. And so I loved it. I loved PBS. You know, that was like our go-to. When I'd get home from school, switch it over to PBS, watch Sesame Street or Mr. Rogers. Or one of my favorite things to watch was Bob Ross. We got any Bob Ross fans? So me and my dad, we'd sit in there, and I swear it was like he'd put you in a trance. And you just sit there and just veg out watching Bob Ross paint a masterpiece in like 20 minutes. He made it look so easy. Pissed me off. But I love, at the end of every program, they would always end it and close it out with the same thing. Made possible by viewers like you, you know? And being a poor kid from Western Kentucky, it was pretty cool to know there was somebody else out there like me. Somebody learning how to love from Mr. Rogers, no matter who they were, what they believed, or what they looked like. Mr. Rogers loved everybody. Learning to find the beauty in the world from Bob Ross. And I found my dream watching Austin City Limits. So I got to play this song on PBS. And someday I hope this is the new anthem for PBS. This is Viewers Like Me. I grew up on public television. Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers, my addiction. And too poor to afford habits, so when I'd need a fix, I'd twist those bunny ears until the picture came in crisp. And it was good night, Austin City Limits. 1,000 miles from nowhere, Kentucky. Those telethons I wish I could have given half of what came through that TV screen. When I felt alone, they knew just what I'd need. They'd remind me they were viewers like me. And I learned my imagination is a place hide away if I need to escape. Well, I'd ride a big red dog and call him my best friend. Slide down the spectrum to the reading rainbow's end. And it was good night, Austin City Limits. 1,000 miles from nowhere, Kentucky. Telethons I wish I could have given half of what came through that TV screen. When I felt alone, they knew just what I'd need. And they'd remind me they were viewers like me. And if I'm ever needing a reminder about life before my britches got so small, that antenna in the box of misfit wires convinces me to cut the cable off. And it's still good night, Austin City Limits. No matter where this crazy life may lead, those telethons I wish I could have given half of what came through that TV screen. When I felt alone, they knew just what I'd need. And every time I get lost, they can find me. They remind me they're viewers like me. Oh, they remind me they're viewers like me. Thank you very much. That's another one of my wife's favorites there. She's got good taste and everything but men. All right. Well, I think I got a couple more songs. Is that all right? Y'all good with a couple more? Good deal. All right. It's good. I was going to do them anyway, but I'm glad you guys are going to enjoy them. So this next song here is a song called Stains. And, you know, I know it sounds like it's going to be a sad song with a name like Stains, but it's not, really, because I think Stains get a bad rep, y'all. And I hear you snickering. I know. It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy to try to defend Stains, but hear me out, you know. I think that if you've gone your whole life and you've never gotten a stain, there's a lot of really important and good things that you haven't experienced, you know? If you've never had a stain, you've never had really great barbecue, because if it's really good, you should get messy. Like, barbecue that makes you lose your senses and you wear half of it, you know? If you've never had a stain, you've never worked up a sweated through your hat or your shirt. Maybe you've never spilt a little beer on yourself, you know, I'm sure some of us have done that. But there's a lot of fun and good things that you haven't experienced if you haven't had stains. And so I hope I live a life filled with stains. You can find them on a t-shirt, you can find them on a soul, from a drop of barbecue or the girl who let you go. There's one hidden under the carpet by the stairs. Everybody just walks past it, but I still know it's there. Each one has a story, some you love to tell, some you'd rather keep to yourself. A few may fade, but others will never wash away. Stain. Some you have to earn with hard work and sweat, and some come way too easy, choices you regret. I find them on the ceiling, and I'm laying in my bed. But when I close my eyes, I find them in my head. Each one has a story, some you love to tell, some you'd rather keep to yourself. A few may fade, but others never wash away. Stains, yeah. Stains, yeah. Well, every life is a blank canvas. We paint with our mistakes, and stroke by stroke a masterpiece is made. Each one has a story, some you love to tell, and some you'd rather keep to yourself. You may fade, but others will never wash away. Stains. Thank God for the stain. Thank you very much, y'all. Well, I almost made it all the way through and realized that I didn't play my Richard song like I promised you. So, figure I'll throw that in here at the end, just so that's a bonus song. It doesn't count. But it's a sing-along, so I'm gonna teach y'all the chorus so y'all can sing it with me, okay? Goes like this. You don't seem like a Richie, you don't seem like a Rich, you don't seem like a Ricky, you don't seem like a Rick. According to your profile, it says your name is Chris, but I wish your name was Richard, 'cause you seem like a dick. Y'all got it, right? You don't seem like a Richie, you don't seem like a Rich, you don't seem like a Ricky, you don't seem like a Rick. According to your profile, it says your name is Chris, but I wish your name was Richard, 'cause you seem like a dick. I was browsing Facebook, keeping up with family, scrolling through my timeline absent-mindedly. Saw you were saying bad things about good friends of mine. I couldn't help myself, so I sat down and typed. Y'all know what he typed, ready? You don't seem like a Richie, you don't seem like a Rich, you don't seem like a Ricky, you don't seem like a Rick. According to your profile, it says your name is Chris, but I wish your name was Richard, 'cause you seem like a dick. You look like you're about 30, but you're acting like a teen. When it comes to starting drama, I'd say you're the queen. I asked my friends about you, they don't know who you are. Are you in your mama's basement? Is your bed shaped like a car? You don't seem like a Richie, you don't seem like a Rich, you don't seem like a Ricky, you don't seem like a Rick. According to your profile, it says your name is Chris, but I wish your name was Richard, 'cause you seem like a dick. One more time, ready, y'all? You don't seem like a Richie, you don't seem like a Rich, you don't seem like a Ricky, you don't seem like a Rick. According to your profile, it says your name is Chris, but I wish your name was Richard, 'cause you seem like a dick. Your name really should be Richard, 'cause God, you're such a dick. Thank you very much. Thank y'all. I heard some of y'all out there, y'all were singing that at somebody. I could tell, yeah. All right. Well, I've had such a good time. Thank you guys so much for having me. Hopefully I didn't ruin it by doing the Richard song at the end. But I appreciate it, and I hope I get to come back and play some more songs for you. And thank you very much. Thank you. This is just what I love to do, and this is why I love to do it. And so thank you guys so much for being here and supporting people like me. I want to play. I've done all original songs up to this point, but one of my all-time favorites is a guy y'all probably know. He wore all black and had a real deep voice. And so we got any Johnny Cash fans? All right. Well, here's a little Johnny to close us out. And thank you guys. Feel free to sing along if you know it. Well, I hear that train a-comin', It's rolling round the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging home. But that train, it keeps a-rolling on down to San Antone. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't you ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. There's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. Those people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. So every time I play this song, I think the same thing. I don't really sound like Johnny Cash. But you know what? If Johnny was here, I think he'd say, don't try to sound like me, do it your own damn way, because that's how I did everything. So I like to change it up on this last verse. Do it my own damn way. And I think Johnny would approve. So here's the big finish that you guys deserve. The Daniel Neihoff version of Folsom Prison. If they freed me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, then I'd move it home a little farther down the line. Oh, from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. And ride and let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Thank you very much, y'all. Man, I have had such a good time. Hopefully I get to come back and play some more songs for you real soon. Thank you.